e-learning undergraduate course in drawing and painting. Subject: Still Life Painting. Course number BDP 101. Introduction. Why paint still life? Still life painting has been an important part of expression since the 15th century. Most of the great masters of visual art since that time have painted still life using such a great variety of subject matter and such a large number of techniques that a study of their work would be simply fascinating. The scope of the subject matter of still life painting is very wide. Number 1, the artist has unlimited opportunity for creative self-expression. 2, there are endless possibilities for design with the same subject material. 3, artists have complete freedom of choice in the selection of color combinations. This subject has been divided into 5 units. In the first unit, we will learn about materials and medium used for still life painting. In the second, we will learn the different elements of painting. In the third, we will study about the principle of composition and the compositional process. In the fourth unit, we will learn still life with pencil demonstration. In the last and fifth unit, we will learn still life with color demonstration. We now begin with Lesson 1. Drawing is a vision on paper. More than that, it is also an individual vision tied with individual perception, interest, observation, character, philosophy, and a host of other qualities, all coming from one source. The objectives of this lesson therefore are: 1. To learn about the different types of material which will be needed for still life painting. 2. To study what are the best uses of that material. 3. To know the possibilities and limitations of the material. The different types of materials. The variety of drawing material is seemingly endless. The choice of drawing material is important for the art student. In this section, we intend to discuss the standard materials and a brief explanation of their uses. The basic material used in the drawing exercises are: Number 1, paper. 2, pencil. 3, charcoal. 4, pastels. 5, pen and ink. 6, oil color. 7, watercolor. 8, brushes. 9. Other accessories, which include drawing board, erasers, color palette, masking tape, clip and board pins, a bowl of water, and a piece of cotton cloth. Self-check questions. What are the basic materials we need for still life painting? 2. Name the different accessories which are useful while working. We will now talk about the different types of material. The first is paper. Different types of paper are designed to be used with a wide variety of materials. Students would do well to familiarize themselves with the variety of papers that are manufactured specially for the purpose of drawing. These come in many styles and qualities and may be chosen according to the requirement of the medium to be used. For example, cartridge papers, ivory paper, handmade paper, pastel paper in different colors. 2. Pencil. Pencil is the most familiar drawing tool. There are different types of pencils. These can be used for different types of work. For example, soft graphite pencil, carbon pencil, etc. Standard drawing pencils are listed according to the degree of hardness. Hard pencils are referred to as H and range from 2H to 9H, which is the hardest. Soft pencils are referred to as B and range from 2B to 8B, which is the softest. HB is the middle grade pencil. For drawing, we recommend the use of a soft lead pencil, that is 2B to 4B, and for shading and applying dark shadows, we recommend the use of soft lead pencils, that is from 6B to 8B. How to hold a pencil. When people are taught to write, they develop habits of holding a pen or pencil. These habits may be appropriate for writing, but are not always appropriate for drawing. In most drawings, the pencil may be held between the thumb and fingers. In this way, the hand can remain relaxed. The whole arm can be used to make the drawing and not just the hand and wrist. This is the second position in which the pencil is normally held. It is useful for drawing and detail drawing. For fine and controlled drawing, hold the pencil as you would for drawing. Self-check questions. 1. Why is the knowledge of different types of paper useful for students? 2. How many types of papers are available in the market? 3. Write the range of the soft pencils. 4. What is the range for hard pencils? 5. For shading and dark shadows, which type of pencil do we use? Now we move to the next type of material. Charcoal. There are different types of charcoal to be used for drawing. These are vine charcoal, compressed charcoal, powdered charcoal, and charcoal pencils. Each has specific uses, merits, and problems. Vine is the natural charcoal made from straight beech, bass, or willow twigs, which have been kin-fired until all the organic material is burnt away and only the pure carbon remains. Each stick is about 4 inches long and 1/4 inches to ½ inches wide. Vine is manufactured in 4 degrees of hardness from soft to hard. Compressed charcoal is made by powdering the vine charcoal and compressing it with a binder. Sticks are either round like chalk or square. Compressed charcoal does not blend as easily as vine. A charcoal pencil is simply compressed charcoal in pencil form. There are some limitations of uses of the charcoal pencil because only the point can be used for drawing. Powdered charcoal, on the other hand, can be used for tracing or for shading backgrounds. Pastels. Pastels are made from natural pigment and require considerable skill to be used. Pastels are manufactured in 3 different categories. 1. Dry pastel, 2. Oil pastel, and 3. Watercolor oil pastel. Oil pastels are simply oil-based and are softer than dry pastels. They are oilier in consistency and do not blend as completely. Watercolor oil pastels give the watercolor effect. Pen and ink. You can work expressively and spontaneously in pen and ink. Lead and quill pens have been used for drawing and writing for hundreds of years. These pens are used by artists and calligraphers because of the richness and character of their lines. Steel pinned pens, which were introduced in the 1800s, come in hundreds of style widths. Mechanical pens have a self-enclosed ink cartridge and do not require constant dipping. There are many types of pens like felt-tipped pens, fountain pens, ballpoint pens, and gel pens. Ink. Inks available today may be transparent or opaque, and they come in various colors and tints. Inks may be used directly or mixed with water to produce graduated wash effects. Self-check questions. How many types of charcoal are available? 2. How is vine charcoal derived? 3. How many types of pastels are used for painting? 4. What is the quality of oil-based pastel? And 5. What are the characteristics of mechanical pens? As we come to the end of our lesson, we will take up a brief sum up. The choice of drawing material is important for an art student. In still life painting, we need different materials, and for that, we must have some knowledge of these basic materials. These materials include paper, pencil, pastel, charcoal, pen and ink, brushes, and other accessories. Drawing material may be chosen according to the requirement of the work. This lesson ends with an assignment. You must try to complete assignments and practice exercises. Assignment number 1. Why is the knowledge of material useful for a drawing student? Write the names of all the materials used in still life painting. Home assignment. Explain the uses of any two materials which are useful for still life painting. Thank you very much, and we will meet in the next lesson. Lesson 2. In today's lesson, we will be talking about the different mediums used for still life painting. And I hope you all remember what we had taken up in lesson 1. In lesson 1, we had talked about the different materials used for still life painting, that is, the different kinds of papers, brushes, pencils, and other types. Over the centuries, artists have always invented and used different mediums. The choice of medium offers many possibilities for developing different styles and techniques. The most common mediums are watercolor medium, oil medium, and dry medium. The only qualification required for learning to paint is a desire and willingness to try. Don't you think this is very important? Unless you have the desire to try and to learn, you will not be able to really succeed. So all that is required is the deep desire and a little patience. In this lesson, we will learn about the material and mediums for still life painting. The objectives of this lesson therefore are: number 1, to give complete knowledge of the different materials and medium. Number 2, to understand the advantages and disadvantages of each medium. For still life painting, we recommend the most common media, which are water, oil, and dry. Through these mediums, the student can study still life and also express himself or herself with creativity. What does this mean? This means that it is the medium which will give us freedom to express ourselves in the best possible way. Brushes. For coloring our work, we need brushes also. Painting brushes are flexible so that with a certain amount of control, nearly any type of line or texture can be produced. There are many types of brushes such as flat brushes and round brushes. Flat brushes are made from hog hair and sable hair. Round brushes are made from sable hair and synthetic hair also. Watercolor. Through watercolor, a student can easily become familiar with the use of color. Colors are transparent in nature and give a very smooth effect. Watercolor can be used directly. Oil color. Oil colors are one of the most exciting materials through which a student can express his or her feelings creatively. Oil color also provides the user with the greatest range of color choice. Oil colors can be used thickly or thinly. We must also try to understand what the different accessories are with the help of which we paint. The other accessories which are an essential part of an artist's equipment are drawing board, color palette, masking tape, clips and board pins, a bowl of water, a piece of cotton cloth, and finally an eraser. Drawing board. According to their paper size, students must choose the drawing board for firm support and stability. Boards are available in different types, such as wooden or plywood drawing boards. Before starting the work on paper, we can mount our paper on the board. For this, masking tapes can be used, or metal glass or board pins. But you must see that your paper is firmly attached to the drawing board. Color palette. While working with colors, you will need a color palette. The color palette should be big and clean. It should have sufficient space so that you can mix your colors properly. A masking tape is used for holding the paper down to the matting. Clips and board pins are also used for holding down paper on the board. They come in many types like round board pins, metal clasps, and any other type that you might find that is convenient and not too expensive. A water bowl is also needed to mix the color properly with water. The bowl should be big and half filled with clean water. You can also use this water to clean your brushes as and when they become dirty. A small piece of cotton cloth will be very handy. While working with colors, you might need this cloth, which should be clean and in a 12 by 12 inches size. Let us look at some self-assessment questions now. 1. The flat brushes are made from dash hair. 2. Round brushes are made from dash and dash hair. 3. Watercolors are dash in nature. 4. The color palette should be dash and dash. For cleaning brushes and other accessories, we need a piece of dash. Now, what is a medium? Medium describes the additives which the artist uses with a paint to make it behave differently, such as water is added to make the paint run more easily, or turpentine is added to make a paint run better. We will now study the use of water, oil and dry mediums used for painting in a little more detail. The first, water medium. In this medium, watercolor and poster colors are commonly used. The water medium is so called because the adhesive that sticks the pigment powder to the paper is soluble in water. The paint is a finely ground mixture of pigment, water-soluble gum, glycerin, and glucose. What do you think is an advantage of the water medium? One of the greatest advantages of the water medium is that it requires no complicated equipment for painting out of doors. For instance, your basic essentials are a box of paint, a brush, paper, and water. For the water medium, we use paper that has been specially made for watercolor. This is because if the paper is too absorbent, the liquid will be soaked into the surface, and if the paper is not absorbent, the paint will run completely out of control. So the choice of paper becomes important. Second, oil medium. Painting in oil medium is one of the exciting ways of painting. As a medium for a beginner, it is perfect because it is very easy to correct what you have done either by wiping it out or by painting over it. There is some disadvantage too in using the oil medium because it doesn't dry completely for a very long time. 3. The dry medium. In this medium, students can use dry pastels, oil pastels, pencil colors, chalk, and wax crayons. In this medium, the color pigment is held together with the use of a binder. It is formed into long round strips. There is no need to add water or oil for mixing the color. Because it is dry, there are no frustrations of waiting for the paper to dry. We just pick up the colors and apply them directly to the painting surface. Class assignment. Write short notes on the accessories needed for still life painting. 2. What is medium? Discuss water medium in detail. We close this lesson with 2 terminal questions. 1. Write an essay on material and medium. 2. Write the advantages and disadvantages of different mediums. Thank you.